Exotic has arrived and it has changed everything. I'm going to make a profile somewhat fast about the deck that I'm playing currently. We have just changed from Black Royal Knight into X Antibody, and that is a big difference. It's a really good difference. I have already got the first place currently twice at local tournaments, and I have faced meta decks that are up to date with everything from this expansion, and X Antibody has actually been up to the task completely. Now, his art is beautiful, but being completely honestly, the best thing that Alphamon provides here is activating his security effect or just going inside of a source. He doesn't have that much synergy into the deck, but it's still 3, sometimes 4 cards that you can still use to activate your effects. So that's good. Doru Goramon. Uh, there isn't anything that we can actually complain about this one. Everything it does well. He can activate all of your inherited effects because it adds a new activated source. He gains enough DP so that it could actually sometimes just disregard completely X yellow hybrid. You can disregard the fact that it gains 6k extra DP, um, and sometimes you could say like it can become really big. It's still really good. It can get like really big because of the amount of sources that you can get. Um, you can sometimes destroy like basically every rookie and most of champions. Um, it's both of them are the face of the deck. I cannot say anything about that. They have said enough and they have shown enough so that they can actually face the current decks. Some other players that are like super important. I'm going to make like emphasis first. The most important parts. The ones that are having key to my victory. There's like really big value into the sword and the defeat, both the versions of the monster. They are really different. They have really big differences. One has the ability of allowing you to remove basically 2 Digimon because sometimes you can attack. You have already got 2 different double sixes because of Dorugora's effect. And you also can just sometimes like flood the boards with things like Megatramon. They become like blockers. With defeat, you can sometimes just do a lot of things. The most important thing here is that you can devolve and remove tamers, especially like memory fixers and choking the opponent when you're not supposed to do that anymore. Other than that, he has the fact that it evolves for 3. The main thing that I actually like about defeat more than the other one is that defeat just comes out of security, which is really important. Now, this deck is a little bit more weird, but it's really good. It accomplishes everything it needs. The fact that it has X antibody makes it so we can actually use the inherited effects like they were supposed to. It provides a lot of control. Um, I used to believe that Black Widow lacked a really big blocker to protect you against most things. And in this case, this one is not just a blocker, it just negates attack, which is even better. In one tournament, I just played one-on-one, and the next one I played with 2 sword feet. And being completely honest, I like both. They do completely different things, but because of this format, I would prefer to play defeat and 2 copies. Then we go into Dorugraemon and Tsunade-samon. In this case, Dorugraemon, it has like a lot of expectations this become because of the protection that it has to protection and the fact that we cannot reduce its TP. It has been really good, and it will also inherit its Executive plus 1. It's a really good Digimon, and I actually believe that it actually went above its expectations. It provides you with the ability to avoid a lot of things like Shangreymon, Fiber Spread, Susano, a lot of them because the opponent just don't remember the effect or they never ask for it. In this case, this is a really good card that is like really good and you can use the effect before attacking and it makes you feel like really safe even if you don't have a delicate plan or similar effects. And the next thing is the fact that you can just evolve and then evolve again, and you'll have this crit attack extra. The Tsunarisa. In this case, it's really good because you can still like de-evolve into things and provide you the sources with other effects. So you can play into the Tsunarisa and still get the Dorumon later into the line, so you can get the memory and stuff. Uh, but by itself, it's really good versus the security attack. The other thing is that in this case, just having the Tsunarisa on the side is really important because you can get the piercing effect, and a lot of people don't know that or just forget it. Once I even just attacked and my opponent blocked with a Mechadorimon, just not blocking would have given my opponent the game, but he did block and I still had a piercing, so yeah. Next, these two cards are the two really good option cards that I needed, and I take them. Currently at this format is just most people don't play blockers, and robot is basically out of the question. But in this format, Zoru is really easily going to reach the 16,000 with no problem. Alphamon is usually going to do it also with no problems after attacking. So the final summon point goes into hand after the security check, so you actually can time at which time you use it. Sometimes you need to wait for it, which makes it a really good effect. With this and the whole line, meaning like the Dorugray, the Doruga, and Tsunarisa, in my opinion, this makes it so in just one hit plus a hybrid you got game. So in this case, most of the time you are going to get the, if you don't hit the numbers with your raw demon series, you can always just attack with your Doru, and it's going to get the sources and the extra attack. So you're going to get the DP needed to get the extra the effects. Now in this case, the memory boost is really good. It has some extra pluses that the tamers don't offer. The fact that you are actually checking 4 cards, and you're going to get 2 additional memory whenever you want. You don't depend on the opponent for that. This card gives you a really good advantage for consistency and the memory. You may think that a lot of people are playing a lot of memory blockers, but at this moment, basically everyone has any way to remove the memory blockers or any other card of level 3 that could be in their way. So I don't really mind playing big amounts of these memory boost. Now I'm going to show the cards with the ratios. Give me just 1 second. We have not 3 but 4 Doru Gora. Then I play 3 copies of the big man himself, Alphamon. These are the only level 6 that I currently play. And I would say that you don't really need the 4 Alphamon. Doruga has always been the MVP. He makes the OGK. Alpha is just a little bit on the side. He's just there to be like the card with X antibody, another level 6. I cannot say I have one. I think I only one time it saved me. But other than that, I really just think that Dorugora is better currently by himself and into the deck. Then we're going to move into level 7s. I still think that the main ones are level 6. You don't really super need them, except for him. He can give him some of his soul. This one is really important, and currently it's super good for destroying things on security and for just appearing and deleting the tamers. This one can be really good to spam, and because you can just get multiple level 6s into the sources because of your own effects from Dorugora. I would still think you need them. There's not a lot of science behind the level 5s. Dorugray is really important, and I have to say that you should play you have to max out on the Doru line with next uses. We don't have more than one evolution line. I still think that you have to play that to Megatron. It's super important right now. This format is kind of slow, but a lot of time it actually becomes super explosive later. I would say the following: a lot of people just forget that you have the Megadramon and that your demon are blockers. People just forget it. 117 is just here because he's inexpensive. Most of the time, You are not going to have like your guaranteed memory for everything you do. Sometimes you are left as 5 and you don't have like the necessary Dorugamon to gain the extra memory. So sometimes you just need to evolve into it so that you can go into your Dorugamon and go into place, hard play. Next we're going to see obviously the level 4s. Here once again we have to max out on the X antibody lines. You just have to replace it correctly. This one has a really important thing is the fact that it is a blocker, a low for blocker. In my opinion, I think that this one is just the perfect replacement to Shademon. In this case, a Shademon was really important to just like draw from security, but this one is really important because it provides with two things. This one is a blocker as long as it has like a source with X antibody or there's another demon with X antibody on the field, and the fact that it provides with 1000 extra DP on both turns. Now, Darktrainamon, it's just the fact that it is a really cheap one and it's a blocker. Sometimes you just need the blocker, sometimes you need the X1 cost, so you know, with now the hybrids. Finally, we actually needed this like really bad. Every other color had it basically, and we finally did. Next, we are going to, of course, into the level 3s. Just give me 1 second to prepare all of them. And here we go. Yeah, we started with Torumon. Once again, same thing. We have to max out. We also have 3 copies of Tsunarisamon. I would maybe play 4, but I don't have the budget for doing that right now. Then we have 4 Toy Agumon and 1 MVP, Chikurimon. This could be the 4th Sunrisa, but I don't think it's a replacement. In security, it's pretty surprising. You don't see it because you only have 1, but it's like really important because it's a really nice surprise factor. Sometimes I think it's better than any Mirishoku in this deck, and he earned the placement here after just de-evolving Susanamon and just devolving it into a Tamer. That was like something unexpected. So yeah, he earned his place and he's going to stay there. I just played 12 rookies, yes, but I think that the deck is consistent enough that I don't really need more. I haven't never needed more. Then we have the 3 Kota and the 2 Easy and Joe. The plus of the extra memory is really good in this format, especially because people just have the Pokemon. The fact that we can get the acceleration every time that our opponent just destroys something. Then we have the memory boost. It's just like getting more consistency, no complicity there. Iron Fist. I was just playing Brave Metal, but I really prefer that I know that I'm going to destroy something big no matter what. And sometimes you can just remove 2 things at a time. Last but not least, we have the 2 final Summon Punch. These ones can just make an OTK by themselves. Yeah, I think they are mandatory at the time. I think they are the best option that we could play.